Hello, welcome to Wednesday's Daily Devotion. Today I just want to talk a little more about Pastor John's message from 2 Sundays ago from August 8th. And that day he was talking about encouraging one another. And in particular, at the end of his message, Leanne came up and shared a verse, Hebrews 3:13, which says that we are to encourage one another daily. And on August 8th, we had just gotten back the day before from a family vacation to Colorado. While we were in Colorado Springs in particular, we went over to Manitou Springs, which is right there with Colorado Springs, and we did something called the Manitou Incline. Now, the Manitou Incline is a series of railroad tie steps that are very uneven, but they go up the side of a mountain. There are 2,768 of these steps up the side of the Manitou Incline. It is an athletic endeavor that you do not take lightly. Also, the air is thinner in Colorado. So just overall, whether it's your lungs or your legs, it is a difficult thing to undertake. Well, when we were doing this, the family of four of us, we had talked about doing this for years, but we had just never pulled the trigger and said, all right, today's the day, let's go. But this year we decided the four of us wanted to attempt the Manitou Incline together and make it to the top of this thing no matter how many hours it took us. Well, we did. We started off and climbing up that set of steps. The first few hundred go really well. They're pretty easy and not very steep. But then you get up there a ways into the 1,000 or so and whew, it is tough. And there are hundreds of people that do this Manitou Incline every single day. They've come all over the country. We met lots of people from Texas and just lots of different areas around the country that come here to do this Manitou Incline. Just really, I think, to say they've done it and to buy a t-shirt that said, I climbed the Manitou Incline or something like that. I'm not sure why we do these things. But anyway, what I found on this mountain was a real sense of encouragement from the other people. Everybody that is climbing these 2,768 steps is struggling. Everyone. Even if it's something that you do on a daily basis because you live right there in town, it is still a struggle. Whether, like I said, whether it's your legs or your lungs, whether you're sweaty, it is a struggle. And everyone knows that. So as you climb these steps, you're encouraging one another. You can do it. Oh, there's only 2,500 more. Those kinds of things. You got this. You can make it. Things like that, all the way up the side of this mountain. These were strangers, not people that we knew, but we were in a common struggle to get to the top of these 2,768 steps. We had a common goal. And that's really a great illustration of encouraging one another daily. Now, one problem with the encourage one another daily in the church setting is that sometimes we don't necessarily know if someone's struggling or what they're struggling with. And we need to take some responsibility for that. When we are struggling with something, we need to make sure to share it with our church family so that they can be those encouragers. They can encourage us like the Bible tells us to encourage one another daily. But on the other hand, it's our responsibility also just to reach out and check on people. Text someone, say, hey, how's it going today? Or when you see someone at church, don't just ask that first question of how are you doing, but go to that second question. Ask them something that you know about what's going on in their life. And that way you can find out if they're struggling with something and if they need some encouragement. So while you may not be planning to climb 2,768 steps today, there are still people all around you that need encouragement. So let's do as it tells us in Hebrews 3:13 and encourage one another today. Thanks for joining us. See you tomorrow.